Hello. So this video is about Islam because I am starting doing different religions and stuff. So I started with Christianity. Um, so let's see. Do I gotta make it bigger here. Slideshow from beginning. Islam by Muriel Emerson. Islam was the second largest religion in the world after Christianity, with about 1.8 billion Muslims worldwide. Throughout its roots go back further. Scholars typically date the creation of Islam to the 7th century, making it the youngest of the major world religions. Islam started in Mecca, in modern-day Saudi Arabia, during the time of the Prophet Muhammad's life. Today, the faith is spreading rapidly throughout the world. Islam facts. The word Islam means submission to the will of God. Followers of Islam are called Muslims. Muslims are monotheistic and worship one all-knowing God, who in Arabic is known as Allah. Followers of Islam aim to live a life of complete submission to Allah. They believe that nothing can happen without Allah's permission, but humans have free will. Islam teaches that Allah's word was revealed to the Prophet Muhammad through the angel Gabriel. Muslims believe several prophets were sent to teach Allah's law. They respect some of the same prophets as Jews and Christians, including Abraham, Moses, Noah, and Jesus. Muslims contend that Muhammad was the final prophet. Mosques are places where Muslims worship. Some important Islamic holy places include, let's see here, Kaaba Shrine in Mecca, the Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem, and the Prophet Muhammad's Mosque in Medina. The Quran is the major holy text of Islam. The Hadith is another important book. Muslims also revere some material found in the Judeo-Christian Bible. Followers worship Allah by praying and reciting the Quran. They believe there will be a day of judgment and life after death. The central idea in Islam is jihad, which means struggle. While the term has been used negatively in mainstream culture, Muslims believe it refers to the internal and external efforts to defend their faith. Although rare, this can include military jihad if a just war is needed. That's the next. There we go. So, Muhammad. The Prophet Muhammad, sometimes spelled Muhammad or Muhammad, was born in Mecca, Saudi Arabia, in 570 AD. Muslims believe he was the final prophet sent by God to reveal their faith to mankind. According to the Islamic text and tradition, an angel named Gabriel visited Muhammad in 610 AD. While he was meditating in a cave, the angel ordered Muhammad to recite the words of Allah. Muslims believe that Muhammad continued to receive revelations from Allah throughout the rest of his life. Starting in about 613, Muhammad began preaching throughout Mecca the messages he received. He taught that there was no other God but Allah, and that Muslims should devote their lives to this God. I'm sorry if I mess up on some of these names and pronunciations. So, a journey to the real meaning of Hijr. In 622, Muhammad traveled from Mecca to Medina with his supporters. This journey became known as the Hijra and marks the beginning of the Islamic calendar. Some 7 years later, Muhammad and his many followers returned to Mecca and conquered the region. He continued to preach until his death in 632. Abu Bakr. After Muhammad's passing, Islam began to spread rapidly. A series of leaders known as caliphs became successors to Muhammad. This system of leadership, which was run by the Muslim ruler, became known as a caliphate. The first caliph was Abu Bakr, Muhammad's father-in-law and close friend. Abu Bakr died about 2 years after he was elected and was succeeded in 634 by Caliph Umar, another father-in-law of Muhammad. Okay, so this is about the caliphate system. When Umar was assassinated 6 years after being named caliph, Uthman, Muhammad's son-in-law, took the role. Uthman was also killed, and Ali, Muhammad's cousin and son-in-law, was selected as the next caliph. During the region of the first 4 caliphs, Arab Muslims conquered large regions in the Middle East, including Syria, Palestine, Iran, and Iraq. Islam also spread throughout areas in Europe, Africa, and Asia. The caliph system lasted for centuries and eventually evolved into the Ottoman Empire, which controlled large regions in the Middle East from about 1517 until 1917, when World War II ended the Ottoman region. Now this one is about Sunnis and Shiites. When Muhammad died, there was a debate over who should replace him as leader. This led to the schism in Islam, and 2 major sects emerged: the Sunnis and the Shiites. Sunnis make up nearly 90% of the Muslims worldwide. They accept that the first 4 caliphs were the true successors of Muhammad. Shiite Muslims believe that only the Caliph Ali and his descendants are the real successors to Muhammad. They deny the legitimacy of the first 3 caliphs. Today, Shiite Muslims have a considerable presence in Iran, Iraq, and Syria. So other types of Islam. Other smaller Muslim denominations within the Sunni and Shiite groups exist. Some of these include Wahhabite, the Sunni sect, made up of members of the Tamim tribe in Saudi Arabia, was founded in the 18th century. Followers observe an extremely strict interpretation of Islam that was taught by Muhammad bin Abd al-Wahhab. Once again, sorry for any mispronunciations. Alawite. This Shiite form of Islam is prevalent in Syria. Followers hold similar beliefs about the Caliph Ali, but also observe some Christian and Zoroastrian holidays. Nation of Islam. This mostly African American Sunni sect was founded in the 1930s in Detroit, Michigan. Kharijites. This sect broke from the Shiites after disagreeing over how to select a new leader. They are known for radical fundamentalism and today are called Ibadists. So, the Quran. The Quran is considered the most important holy book among Muslims. It contains some basic information that is found in the Hebrew Bible as well as revelations that were given to Muhammad. The text is considered the sacred word of God and supersedes any previous writings. Most Muslims believe that Muhammad's scripts wrote down his word, which became the Quran. Muhammad himself was never taught to read or write, so it would be Muhammad's scribes, not scripts, scribes. Anyway, the book is written with Allah as the first person, speaking through Gabriel to Muhammad. It contains 114 chapters, which are called surahs. Scholars believe the Quran was compiled shortly after Muhammad's death under the guidance of Caliph Abu Bakr. Excuse me. So, Islamic calendar. The Islamic calendar, also called the Hijr calendar, is a lunar calendar used in Islamic religion's worship. The calendar began in the year 622 AD, celebrating the journey of Muhammad from Mecca to Medina. The Islamic calendar indicates the proper days of Islamic holidays and celebrations, including the period of fasting and prayer known as Ramadan, which occurs during the 9th month of the calendar. So, some Islamic symbols. As in many religions, there is no single image or symbol of Islam that is universally accepted by all Muslims worldwide. The crescent moon and star has been adopted in some predominantly Muslim countries as a symbol of Islam. The crescent moon and the star image is believed to predate Islam and was originally a symbol of the Ottoman Empire. In some other applications, such as the International Red Cross and Red Crescent humanitarian aid movement, a red crescent indicates that followers of Islam are respected and treated accordingly. The color green is also sometimes associated with Islam, as it was reportedly a favorite color of Muhammad's, and is often featured prominently in the flag of predominantly Muslim countries. Hence why I went with the green thing, and So, the 5 pillars of Islam. Muslims follow 5 basic pillars that are essential to their faith. These include Shahada, to declare one's faith in God and believe in Muhammad. Salat, or they have here is Salah, prayer are to be given to Allah 5 times a day, at dawn, noon, afternoon, sunset, and evening. Zakat, to give to those in need. Shawm, to fast during Ramadan. And Hajj, to make a pilgrim to Mecca at least one time during a person's lifetime if the person is able. So I like how they say if it's able, because, not everyone is able, money, blah, blah, blah. Anyway. Sharia law. Okay, I'm going to move this again. Islam's legal system is known as the Sharia law. This faith-based code of conduct directs Muslims on how they should live in nearly every aspect of their lives. Sharia law requires men and women to dress modestly. It also outlines marriage guidelines and other moral principles for Muslims. If crimes are committed, Sharia law is known for its harsh punishment. For example, the punishment for theft is amputation of a person's hand. Adultery can carry the penalty of death by stoning. However, many Muslims do not support such extreme measures. So, Muslim prayer. The Prophet Muhammad is credited with building the first mosque in the courtyard of his house in Medina. Mosques today follow some of the same principles he established in 622 AD. Muslim prayer is often conducted in a mosque's large open space or outdoor courtyard. A mihrab is a decorative feature or niche in the mosque that indicates the directions to Mecca, and therefore the direction to face during prayer. Men and women pray separately, and Muslims may visit a mosque 5 times a day for each of the prayer sessions. In addition to hosting prayers, mosques often function as public gathering places and social centers. Muslim holidays. The 2 major Muslim holidays are Eid al-Adha, celebrates the Prophet Abraham's willingness to sacrifice his son for Allah. Eid al-Fitr marks an end of Ramadan, the Islamic holy month of fasting. Muslims also celebrate other holidays such as the Islamic New Year and the birth of Muhammad. So, Islam today. In recent years, Islam's supposed association with terrorism and mass murder was sparked a political debate in many countries. The controversial term radical Islam has become a well-known label to describe the region's connection to acts of violence. While some Muslims use their faith to justify terrorism, the vast majority do not. In fact, Muslims are frequently victims of violence themselves. Recent surveys have found that in countries with high Muslim populations, the majority of Muslims have overwhelmingly negative views of terrorist groups, like ISIS. While Muslims aim to clear up misconceptions about their faith, the religion continues to spread rapidly. Today, Islam is the world's fastest growing religion. Experts predict Islam will surpass Christianity as the largest religion by the end of the century. So that is it. Pretty interesting. But anyway, thanks for watching.